It's a swelteringly hot evening in Malmö, southern Sweden.
Malmö is closer to Rome than to the midnight sun, and the Danish coast can be seen on the horizon.
And in 1969, the only way to get to Denmark from Malmö is by plane, or ferry, or hydrofoil.
The dining room of the Savoy Hotel,
one of the most famous in Europe,
is quiet, and the few tables are mostly occupied by people sitting alone.
But there's a table for 7 in the corner near the open windows, and the host, Viktor Palmgren, a tall, impressive man with iron grey hair, wearing an extremely expensive suit, stands up to speak.
First of all, I must thank you for joining me on this beautiful evening. I can't think of anything more delightful than dining with my wife and my very dear friends and colleagues. Now, before we raise our glasses to our new enterprise, I'd particularly like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Jensen, who've come from Copenhagen to be with us.
And while Viktor Palmgren is addressing his dinner guests, a man walks into the dining room, takes a gun from beneath his jacket, and shoots him in the head. Just an ordinary, stiflingly hot evening in the Savoy Hotel.
In Malmö, southern Sweden.
So he's not dead then?
Near as, damn it. He's in a coma in the hospital with one of our men sitting by him with the tape recorder.
And the gunman just walked away?
Walked right away and jumped out of the window.
No one stopped him?
A shock, I suppose. All they could say was he stepped over the window box and jumped down onto the pavement and disappeared.
Per Månsson is the most senior detective in Malmö.
By rights, the investigation should be his.
But Viktor Palmgren, who's dying in hospital, is rich and influential, with a finger in all sorts of international pies. His death has opened a big can of worms, and more than one important politician is involved.
So the powers that be have decided that the person in charge of the investigation shouldn't be a provincial detective in Malmö. He should be a chief inspector in the National Murder Squad.
A chief inspector who's based in Stockholm.
Obviously, it should be Martin Beck.
Is it possible for someone to live with a bullet in his head?
Well, it's happened before, Martin.
And no one in the dining room or outside can tell you anything?
No, they can't.
And you checked all the trains, ferries, hydrofoils, planes?
There's no leads at all. He could be in Sweden or Denmark or anywhere in the world for all we know. It's going to be a tedious slog. I'm sorry you've got to be involved.
That's the idea of the new chief of police.
New?
Yes. And he's not what you call a career policeman. It's a political appointment. He used to run a waterworks or something.
Has he any practical experience at all?
Not so you'd notice.
Oh, God.
Anyway, he tells me it's all very sensitive and there are strong vested interests in certain operations.
Which interests? Which operations?
He couldn't say. Anyway, I'll be down in Malmö tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Bon voyage.
I got you then. So you're going down to Malmö then, Martin?
I thought nothing ever happened there.
I'm afraid you're wrong, Åsa.
The Viktor Palmgren shooting? Am I right?
Got it in one.
Well, can't Inspector Månsson look after it in Malmö?
Not according to the chief. It's stirred up all sorts of important stuff. He wants us to look into it.
Oh, sod it. That's most of the summer gone west.
Oh, not again. When will we ever get a proper family holiday?
Oh, never mind, Gun. It'll get better one day.
Well, I believe it when it happens.
Give us some more whiskey, Martin. Let's enjoy ourselves while we can.
I think we should drink to Martin's new flat.
Oh, hear, hear.
OK, Martin's new flat.
Martin's new flat.
Cheers.
This telephone call has interrupted Martin Beck's first attempt at entertaining in his new flat in Stockholm's Old Town.
After 18 years of marriage, he's separated from his wife, and they're both much happier as a result. His guests are his friends in the police force, Åsa Torell of the Vice Squad, and Detective Inspector Colbert and his wife Gun.
Åsa is at last looking healthy and relaxed, but it's taken her a long time to get over the murder of her fiancé a couple of years ago on a Stockholm bus. After his death, she'd trained at the police academy, and now she's with the Vice Squad.
Colbert is Beck's closest friend, and despite an ugly knife wound in the stomach about a year earlier, is still as fat as ever with an enormous appetite.
Colbert and Åsa will remain in Stockholm while Martin Beck goes down to Malmö.
Oh, bloody hell, it's hot.
Welcome to Malmö, Martin. Let's see.
Thanks. So, Palmgren died after all.
Ah, yes.
That'll set the cat among the pigeons. He managed to say anything?
Said he got a good look at the man who shot him, but hadn't a clue who he was, and then he died.
Aren't there any more leads?
A hostess on the 9 o'clock hydrofoil to Copenhagen noticed a man who insisted on standing on the deck at the beginning of the crossing.
That's dangerous.
Apparently he came back down after a few minutes, but it still would have given him time to throw something overboard. And she said she thought he might have been carrying a black box, but she couldn't swear to it.
Is there any way tracing this man?
Afraid not. Anyway, he could just have been feeling a bit seasick, and she wasn't at all sure about the box.
Anything else?
We're trying to get hold of a journalist called Edvarsson, who was sitting near Palmgren's table. Now, he was the only one of the hotel guests who seemed to have noticed anything, and he was pretty drunk. But he's the most important witness so far.
OK. And who exactly was at Palmgren's table?
His wife, Charlotte, the vice president of his Malmö company, that's Mats Linder, a Danish couple, the Jensens, who've gone back to Copenhagen, and his Stockholm manager, Broberg, with his secretary, Helena Hansson. And they've gone back too.
How soon do you think we can talk to Mrs. Palmgren?
This afternoon, probably. Do you want to do it?
No, you know more about Palmgren than I do. We'll get Colbert and Larsson to follow up the couple in Stockholm, and I'll go and talk to this witness, Edvarsson.
I'm not sorry Palmgren's dead, you know.
Why do you say that? Did you know him?
Not personally, but by all accounts he was an arrogant bastard.
What exactly did you see? You were at the next table, so you must have had a good look at the gunman.
Oh, not really. I didn't notice him when he came in. He took off very quickly and just got out of the window.
You must have noticed something.
Well, he was wearing dark clothes, and I got the impression he was 30, 40, 50. Not a young man, anyway.
Is that it?
Yes.
Did you recognise any of Palmgren's guests?
His right-hand man, Mats Linder, and Palmgren's wife. She used to be a Miss Sweden. And a couple were speaking Danish, and the other two just looked like employees.
Could you hear anything?
You mean, was I eavesdropping?
If you like.
Palmgren and the Dane were talking about Rhodesia. I've heard he's got a finger in a lot of shady deals over there. The women were talking about shopping and plastic surgery. I think that's all.
All right, well, what else do you know about Palmgren?
Oh, he's made a lot of money. He's very, very influential. And he's a shit.
Did you get a good look at the gun?
Not really. It looked fairly long and narrow to me. Like with a kind of roller thing.
A revolving chamber.
And that's about it. Do you know what Palmgren was up to?
He did a lot of business abroad and had a lot of property in Stockholm. I can't say I know any more than that.
And while Martin Beck is drinking cold beer, Inspector Månsson is standing at the gate of Viktor Palmgren's mansion. Instead of ringing the bell, he decides to go to the back of the house.
And there he sees Charlotte Palmgren lying naked by a kidney-shaped swimming pool.
A man wearing Bermuda shorts comes out of the house carrying 2 tall glasses. He's very tanned with film-star good looks. Månsson recognises him immediately.
It's Mats Linder, Viktor Palmgren's second in command.
At last. Thank you.
Is it too sour?
No, it's okay. Aren't we terrible?
I don't care.
Take those stupid trousers off, will you?
Embarrassed, Månsson leaves his place among the peonies and walks back to the main gate and rings the bell.
Eventually he finds himself in a colossal drawing room, sitting opposite a fully dressed Charlotte Palmgren.
And listening to the sound of Mats Linder's Jaguar driving away.
I can't offer you anything special. Just a drink, perhaps?
Thank you, but no.
I've sent the servants away. I think it's better I'm alone for a bit.
I understand. I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'm afraid I have to ask you if you noticed anything at all about the gunman, Mrs. Palmgren.
It all happened horribly fast. He just looked terribly ordinary.
Would you say he looked nervous? Was he desperate?
I don't know. He looked completely unmemorable, quite common.
Common?
Nobody we'd ever associate with, I mean.
You saw the weapon?
It was some kind of revolver, quite long, like they use in westerns.
I wonder, do you live here all the time, Mrs. Palmgren?
When we're in Malmö, of course. But we have a house in Portugal and an apartment in Stockholm and a cottage in the archipelago.
Do you know anything about why the dinner had been arranged?
No, not really. There'd been a business meeting in the afternoon, I believe. But I never have anything to do with the business.
Did you love your husband?
Love sounds so silly, doesn't it?
You knew all the people at the dinner, didn't you?
I've seen them now and then. They were mostly employees. Actually, I've never met Brubear's secretary before. I'm not friends with any of them.
Not with Mr. Linder? Well, he lives in Malmö.
Not really. Only through my husband.
I see.
Beck here.
How's it going?
Well, it's hard to say, Chief. I've only just started. It's shockingly hot, though.
Never mind that. Look, Beck, I'm under a lot of pressure from above about this affair. It's the Attorney General, and now it's the Foreign Office. This thing could really damage Sweden's reputation. It's got to be cleared up quickly.
How exactly are we supposed to do that?
Listen, Beck, this is no ordinary murder.
Well, there aren't any ordinary murders, but tell me more. What do you think Palmgren was involved in?
International big business. I believe he had dealings with them. With certain countries we have sensitive relations with.
Such as?
Rhodesia, South Africa, Biafra, Nigeria, Angola, Mozambique. Remember, it's difficult for us to maintain normal contacts with all these nations.
Angola and Mozambique aren't nations.
Don't get hung up on details.
So what sort of dealings exactly?
Weapons, money, property. He did a lot of business out of Portugal, and he seems to own half of Stockholm.
So he made a lot of money. What does the Inland Revenue have to say?
His operations in Sweden have been handled impeccably. There's a lot we just don't know.
I see.
He's been blacklisted by several groups, violent groups, who oppose Sweden's involvement with the countries I've just mentioned.
And?
He's received death threats before now. My bosses think this could be a political killing.
Could be.
Listen, this is incredibly sensitive, Beck. If he's found out to be dealing with corrupt regimes, the repercussions could be catastrophic for Sweden. It could ruin the careers of certain very important people, to say nothing of our reputation abroad.
I see.
If you get this tied up quickly, it'll be a feather in your cap.
I don't have a cap.
It's not a joke. This murder stirred up shit in some very high places.
After a night of heavy and dreamless sleep, Martin Beck wakes up with a general sense of well-being.
His sensitive stomach is much better since he's been living alone, and he suspects that his digestive troubles have been psychosomatic all along.
He feels even more cheerful when an unexpected witness comes into the Malmö office later that morning.
What exactly did you see last Wednesday, Mrs. Grunion?
I'd been shopping in Copenhagen and then had coffee with a friend. So about 9 o'clock I was standing opposite the Savoy, waiting to cross the road, when I saw someone jump out of the dining room window. I thought he was running away without paying the bill.
I see. Where did he go after that?
He got a bicycle from the rack outside the hotel and rode away towards the harbour. Then I couldn't see him anymore.
What did he look like?
He was about 40, going bald with dark hair, a brown suit, yellow shirt, thin, nothing special, quite tall. I can't think of anything else, really.
Do you remember anything about the bicycle?
It was just ordinary. Oh, one thing.
Yes?
Before he got on the bicycle, he took something out of his jacket and put it in a cardboard box on the back.
You see what it was?
No, but it was long like a shoebox.
And the next person to be questioned is Mats Linder, Viktor Palmgren's right-hand man and his wife's lover.
He receives them in his impressive office with a spectacular view of the docks.
Linder is very confident and sits with his back to a huge photograph of fishing boats in stormy seas.
There's a shocking contrast between the struggle to catch a living from the sea and the peace and quiet of the air-conditioned office.
The contrast is striking, but probably not intentional.
There have to be limits to cynicism.
Has the murderer been apprehended?
No.
Then how can I help?
Tell me, Mr. Linder, did Viktor Palmgren have any enemies?
Far too many. Business today is tough. I'm afraid there's no room for philanthropy or sentimentality. But...
Yes.
In the business world, we don't need to shoot each other to settle old scores.
Do you have any idea who killed Mr. Palmgren?
No. I didn't really see him properly. I was sitting beside Viktor, and the man came up behind us. The shot wasn't very loud, and it didn't seem very frightening. When Viktor fell forward, I stood up and leaned over him, and when I turned round, the gunman had gone.
Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. What I meant was, have you any idea what kind of person might be involved?
A lunatic. Someone who's mentally ill.
From what I gather, Mr. Palmgren did a lot of business abroad.
Yes. We import and export fish for the canning industry.
Now he's died, who'll inherit the company?
His wife, I suppose. There aren't any children.
Will you be Mr. Palmgren's successor?
I don't know. I wouldn't claim to have enough experience.
Has Mr. Brubear been with the business longer than you?
He's been with Viktor 15 years and I've been here 5. He's vice president of the Stockholm Property Company and he's in charge of the stock activities.
And yet you have the more privileged position, don't you? Have you had any disagreements with him?
I'm afraid that's strictly private.
Don't you think he's loyal to the firm?
I don't want to answer that question.
Well, one of my colleagues in Stockholm will be talking to him about that. And about you.
I wonder, Mr. Linder, what kind of relationship do you have with Mrs. Palmgren?
That's private.
I agree. But I'd still like you to answer the question.
What question?
Are you having an affair with Mrs. Palmgren?
Yes.
A love affair?
It's a sexual relationship. I sleep with her sometimes. Surely even a policeman can understand that.
How long has your relationship gone on?
2 years.
Did Viktor Palmgren know about it?
No. But he was broad-minded. The marriage was a practical arrangement, not an emotional commitment.
And when did you last see her?
2 hours ago.
How is she in bed?
Are you out of your mind?
He's a bright lad. Sharp enough to tell the truth when he knows a lie could be exposed. You can bet Palmgren had a lot of use for him.
He's obviously had a good teacher.
But is he bright enough not to have people shot?
Who knows? I'm getting Colbert to interview Brubear and his secretary, Helena Hansson, in Stockholm. Maybe he'll manage to find out something from them.
Detective Inspector Colbert finds the job he's been given deeply depressing.
Sweating in the heat, he drives out to Viktor Palmgren's housing project, which is managed by Brubear.
But there's no one there except a bad-tempered and unhelpful caretaker who directs him to Brubear's office back in the centre.
Who are you? What do you want?
Sorry, police. The name's Colbert. This is Mr. Brubear's office.
Yes.
I wonder if we could have a word.
Of course. How can I help?
I'm afraid we've just got a few more questions about Mr. Palmgren's death, Miss Hansson.
I'm not Miss Hansson. My name's Sarah Maubert.
Forgive me, I thought you were Mr. Brubear's secretary.
I am Mr. Brubear's secretary, but I'm not called Hansson, and I'm afraid I don't know anything about Mr. Palmgren's death.
So you weren't in Malmö last Wednesday when Viktor Palmgren was shot?
No.
I was told Mr. Brubear was in Malmö with his secretary.
Well, it wasn't me. I never go along on his trips.
Do you know who this Helena Hansson could be? Is she another employee?
No, I've never heard of her. I suppose she could be one of these travelling secretaries.
I see. I wonder, is Mr. Brubear here at the moment?
No, he came in for about 10 minutes this morning and then went to the bank. I think he must have gone home.
His home on Lidingö?
Yes, but if he's not there, it'll be empty.
Why?
Because his wife and daughter went to Switzerland last Friday. I booked their tickets. It all happened very quickly, just after Mr. Palmgren died.
Does he normally work from here?
Yes, most of the time.
May I see his office?
Of course.
Tell me, Miss Maubert, is this suitcase usually here?
No, I've never seen it before. I think Mr. Brubear must have left it in here over the weekend. I noticed it when I came in on Monday, and he and I are the only people who've got keys to the office.
And you think he's probably at home on Leading?
Oh, yes. Where else would he be?
The large, expensive houses on Leadinger are light years away from the decrepit estate Colbert had visited earlier.
Nobody here is unlucky enough to be milked for rent by an absentee landlord or his manager.
Brubear's house seems closed up and completely dead. The blinds are drawn and the garage is empty. Colbert rings the bell and pounds on the door, but no one responds.
He goes to the large and fashionable house next door. A cool, unhelpful blonde woman answers.
We're not in the habit of spying on our neighbours. I don't know Mr. Brubear and I can't help you.
Huh, that's too bad.
Perhaps for you, but not for me.
As Colbert turns away, he realises she reminds him of someone, but he can't think who it is.
He drives to the address Elena Hansson gave the Malmö police after the murder, but he has no luck there either. Eventually, he drives back home.
Oh, this bloody job. A bunch of conniving bastards seem to be running this country.
What happened today, then?
I had to go out to this shitty housing estate looking for a character called Brubear.
What's so shitty about it?
Jerry-built and badly maintained. I pity the poor buggers who live there, especially in this heat.
What's it to do with this Brubear?
Well, he's supposed to run it, but he obviously hadn't been near it for ages. There was just a bad-tempered caretaker who clearly didn't give a damn about anything except collecting rents.
Who owns it?
Viktor Palmgren built it, so I suppose it's his wife's now.
Why does it upset you so much?
Well, it's just been slapped together to make a profit from the poor sods who have to live there. It's typical of this country. Everything's being polluted by property speculators and profiteers.
Did you find this Brubear?
Not there, and not at his office. A proper wild goose chase.
If it's all getting you down, why didn't you just hand in your notice? We'll manage, okay?
It's not that easy.
You worry too much, that's your trouble. You're too good a policeman.
It's the only thing I know how to do.
Oh, I wish you'd take a break sometimes.
Maybe. Good.
Yes.
Do you know what a travelling secretary is?
I think it's some kind of call girl who goes around with her nightie, toothbrush and contraceptive pills in a briefcase. Available for men who are too lazy to pick someone up while they're away on business.
A high-class prostitute?
Right.
Oh.
When Colbert goes into the police station, the detective who's there is the last person he wants to talk to, Gunvald Larsson.
Colbert detests Larsson, who, in his opinion, is a big, dumb, snobbish thug, but he fills him in on the Palmgren case.
And that's what you've been doing?
Yep. And I've drawn a blank.
A sob, Martin Beck. I don't want anything to do with the Palmgren murder.
Don't worry, Larsson. Nobody can make you do anything you don't want to.
Look, we've got fights and robberies and drugs, and everyone seems to be on holiday except you and me. Now bloody Beck wants us on this case, and on top of all that, we're in a heat wave.
Okay, you don't have to actually do anything, but I'd be grateful for some help, some advice. Any ideas about Brubear or his so-called secretary, Helena? I've hit a brick wall.
Well, as far as I can see, if you want to trace this, what does she call herself? Secretary. I think you'd better get on to Orsa. She's in the vice squad. I bet she knows how to find her.
Good idea, thanks.
But did you say the blonde woman on leading her was very obstructive?
Unhelpful's not the word.
And you're absolutely sure about her address?
Yes, she's Brubear's next-door neighbour.
Interesting. OK, you get hold of Orsa and I'll go down to leading her for you.
Thanks.
Larsson drives straight to Leadinger. He looks grim even though he's smiling, and he chuckles to himself with satisfaction.
He glances at Brubear's deserted house, then he goes next door.
The same cool blonde who dismissed Colbert so ignominiously answers.
What the hell are you doing here?
Ah, true love never dies, sister.
Did you send that fat guy here?
As a matter of fact, no, but I've come for the same reason. Are you going to let me in, or do I have to kick down the door?
I haven't seen you for 10 years and you're still as vile as you were when we were little.
So are you.
Father'd turn in his grave if he could see you now. What are you? Still a constable?
First assistant detective.
What an achievement.
Well, achievement or not, you're going to tell me everything you know about Brubear and his boss, Viktor Palmgren.
Make me. I don't spy on my neighbours.
I don't believe you. You were always nosy, even as a little girl.
So, I can't tell you what I don't know.
Can't you?
No, I can't. And I won't.
OK, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If you don't spill the beans, I'm going to go round to every house, to all your neighbours, with a local constable in uniform, and I'm going to tell them I'm your brother and I'm only a policeman. That'll improve your social standing, won't it?
You wouldn't.
And I'm going to say that you're such a bloody fool that I have to ask other people for help. And if that doesn't work, I'm taking you down the station and charging you with obstructing the course of justice.
You really would do that, wouldn't you?
Try me. Well?
I think they've all gone away.
What do you mean?
Brubear's wife and daughter left last Friday. He sold her car. I think he's just sold the house.
You think?
A couple were walking round examining everything with a man who looked like a lawyer. Brubear was with them. I couldn't help hearing what they said.
And?
I heard them say quick deals are always the best, and Brubear gave them some keys. Then they all left.
What does Brubear look like?
Coarse and fat. He's got red hair and squinty blue eyes. Loathsome, actually. And brutal. Like a pig.
Did you ever meet his boss, Viktor Palmgren?
Only briefly. At one of Brubear's parties.
And what did you make of him and Brubear?
Arrogant. Powerful. Frightening.
And?
Not like us. I mean, they've got a lot of money, but they've got no style.
What else?
Ruthless. They tread on people. Ambitious, but they'll never really be accepted. They're dangerous. If I were you, I wouldn't get involved in anything to do with them.
I see. I think you've been more helpful than you realise.
I wouldn't have said anything if you hadn't tried blackmail. Don't come round here again. If I don't see you for the next 10 years, it'll be too soon.
Where exactly are we going, Åsa?
To Helena Hansson's apartment.
That was fast work.
Never underestimate the Vice Squad's records. Tell me, why do we need to find her?
She witnessed the murder. Beck wants her questioned again.
How's he doing in Malmö? I thought he seemed very cagey at dinner in the new flat the other night.
I'm not surprised. The whole affair stinks of corruption. Palmgren seems to be linked with all sorts of important people, dodgy people. Whatever he's been up to, big business, arms dealing, money laundering, it's scaring the shit out of some very powerful people.
Helena's not been charged with anything, has she?
No, I have a feeling that she might lead us somewhere.
And Brubear? Where does he fit in?
I don't know, but he's high up in Palmgren's organisation. And incredibly shady. He seems to be converting all his assets into cash as fast as he can. There's a suitcase in his office, and it looks like he's trying to get out of the country.
Well, surely neither Brubear nor Helena would have hired a killer.
Stranger things have happened.
As you can see, you've got me out of the shower. You'll have to wait outside while I get dressed.
I don't care for this. There's not a back door, is there?
On the 4th floor? I don't think so. There isn't a fire escape. Just as well as a letterbox.
Well?
Can't see much. She's got some clothes on now and she's just put a suitcase in the hall cupboard. Hold on, she's coming to the door.
I suppose you better come in.
Thank you.
What's this all about?
As we explained, we'd like you to fill in some details about last Wednesday, Miss Hansson.
I told the police at the time. It all happened so quickly that I didn't really see anything. The man was wearing a brown suit and the gun he had looked rather long, that's all.
In what capacity were you in Malmö, Miss Hansson?
As a secretary, of course. Mr. Brubear has his regular secretary in Stockholm, but she never goes on business trips. Is there anything else?
Come off it, Helena. You're no more a secretary than I'm the Queen of Sheba.
What do you mean?
Well, my colleague may work for the murder squad, but I'm with the vice squad, and we've a file on you that goes back 10 years.
I have a right to go where I want with who I want.
Yes, you do, but I'm afraid you're an important witness to a murder who gave an incorrect address in your statement, so we have a warrant to search your flat. Is there anything you want to say?
No.
Do you mind if we have a look in here?
Haven't any choice, have I?
I'm afraid we'll have to open this, Miss Hansen.
Go ahead. It isn't locked.
There's an airline ticket to Zurich in here.
Anything else?
Stock certificates. Great pile of them.
They're not mine.
I didn't think they were.
Pigs.
Detective Larsson stands by the window in his office trying to find a breath of cool air.
On the surface, Stockholm doesn't look bad.
But Detective Larsson knows only too well that the surface lies.
Yes?
I need another officer to assist me in an arrest this evening.
We're ridiculously short-handed.
I don't care. It's for Chief Inspector Beck. He wants a man called Brubear brought in as soon as possible.
If it's that important, I suppose I'd better find you someone.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I want to do this absolutely by the book, and I can't manage that on my own.
Oh, I suppose I could let you have Sacreson. He usually works in the plainclothes division.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Well, that ought to be an advantage.
Just make absolutely sure he's not wearing uniform. Remember, take it nice and easy. Now, what's that in your coat pocket?
It's my gun, sir.
Well, why aren't you wearing a shoulder holster?
I couldn't find one.
Oh, Christ, put it in your waistband. No, not out of here. Do it in that doorway. Now, listen, we need to arrest this guy. He's called Brubear. This is his picture. He's got red hair and a pot belly. In fact, he's a bit like a pig.
Yes, sir.
He's going to walk into this building and fetch a black suitcase. I want you to stay outside. Now, maybe he'll come by car and park right in front of the door. I just don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go inside and I want to arrest him in his office. But if by any chance he comes out with the suitcase without me, you've got to stop him driving away until I can make it out here. Understood?
Yes, sir. Is he dangerous?
I don't know. He could be.
As Larsson predicted, Brubear arrives at his office and lets himself in.
But as luck would have it, the caretaker of the building,
smelling strongly of alcohol,
arrives outside the office door and catches sight of Larsson on the landing.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing here?
It's none of your business.
Bloody is my business. I'm the caretaker here.
I'm the police.
Police? Prove it.
At that moment, the door opens. Brubear comes out carrying a suitcase, takes one look at Larsson, and runs down the stairs into the street.
Here! What's police? Stop! 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 Police! Come one step nearer and I'll shoot! Put that down, sir! Put that down! Don't do that!
Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Christ, Sacreson! Doesn't the police academy teach you how to aim straight?
One step nearer!
But you're under arrest, sir. You're under arrest. Drop that gun. Oh, well, if you won't.
What the hell's going on?
We're making a film.
So Brubear's got a broken jaw, and he had a starting pistol.
Yep.
And his interrogation didn't turn up anything new.
I'm afraid not. And Larsson and I really went for him.
What about Helena Hansson?
She didn't say anything new either.
So if they had a hand in the murder, we haven't any proof at all.
That's about it.
Have we got any way of keeping them in custody?
Not where the money and the stocks are concerned. The problem is we jumped the gun. We should have tipped off customs and passport, and then they'd have been caught actually going out of the country with the stuff.
You think Brubear is involved in the murder?
Everything he's done since seems to have been dictated by Palmgren's death. But for all we know, the money and the stocks could be his.
Embezzlement over the years?
Possibly. Probably.
Whatever it is, Palmgren had his finger in some nasty pies, and I need to see Brubear and Hansson face to face. You better bring them down to Malmö as soon as you can.
Okay, one thing, Martin.
Yeah.
I think Åsa ought to come along too. She's the one who's been dealing with Helena.
While Brubear and Helena are being escorted to Malmö, Martin Beck makes a short visit to Copenhagen to interview Mr. Jensen, Viktor Palmgren's Danish guest.
All he learns is that Jensen's air freight company has dealings with both Europe and Africa.
And that he can't give any kind of description of the gunman. All he noticed was that the gun had a long barrel and that the gunman was wearing a brown suit.
And he has absolutely no idea who might have wanted to murder Viktor Palmgren.
Luckily, when Martin Beck returns to the office, the bullet that killed Viktor Palmgren is lying on Maunson's desk.
It's a 2-2. And that seems strange. Who the hell tries to kill someone with a 2-2?
In America, it's a sign the murderer's a pro. He doesn't bother to use more than what's absolutely necessary.
Well, Malmö's not Chicago. But there's something peculiar about this. The gunman acted very professionally.
Yeah, he only fired one shot. If he'd been unlucky, the bullet could have hit the skull and ricocheted. He knew what he was doing.
And exactly who he was going to shoot. All the hallmarks of a hired killer.
Well, it's a 2-2, and we think he used a revolver. But we've not got much to go on unless we can find the actual gun. How many revolvers do you think there are in Malmö?
Who knows? Hundreds of illegal ones. Inherited, stolen, smuggled.
Yeah, but I suppose there are people who've actually got licences.
Well, not many, I can tell you. And if this is part of a political murder, we're looking for a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, but I think we better check everything locally, just in case we turn something up.
Later that afternoon, Brubert and Helena finally arrive in Malmö. Colbert and Åsa are with them.
On his lawyer's advice, Brubert refuses to add anything to the statement he made just after the murder.
But Helena sings like a bird.
This is like gold for the Vice Squad, but not much use in the murder inquiry.
It's another stiflingly hot Wednesday evening after a disappointing day.
And Palmgren's killing took place exactly a week ago.
After dinner with his friends, Martin Beck goes up to his room feeling very despondent.
Beck, what the hell are you up to?
Chief, getting ready for bed. What about you?
Listen, Beck, it was stated quite clearly that this investigation would be conducted as discreetly and efficiently as possible.
Yes.
I don't think a shooting match and a fight in the middle of Stockholm is very discreet, do you? And isn't it going a bit far to arrest two people who are possibly innocent?
Colbert brought them down to Malmö today, so we'll interview them again tomorrow, and perhaps we'll find out more then.
This affair touches some very important people right at the top. The Attorney General and the Foreign Secretary are very upset. Can you at least say that a charge is imminent?
No.
Oh, what on earth do you want me to tell them?
The truth. That there's no progress.
After a week? With our best men on the case? For God's sake, the pressure's being put on us by several foreign embassies as well as our own people. I can't help feeling you're taking this all a bit too lightly.
In that case, you're wrong. I never take murder lightly.
It's going to be like an earthquake if some of Palmgren's activities become public knowledge. The political consequences will be absolutely devastating. Do you understand?
Certainly, I understand.
You've got to do everything you can, Martin. Absolutely everything.
Okay. I'll do everything I can. Stig.
It's the first time he's called the chief superintendent by his first name.
And hopefully the last.
Hang on a minute. Åsa, come in.
You weren't sleeping, were you?
No, it's much too hot. You weren't either, obviously.
I've just got back. Scarcely had time to have a shower.
Having second thoughts about a career in the police?
Yes and no. You see so much misery. But I suppose you sometimes feel you're doing a bit of good.
Yeah, once in a while.
Bad day?
Nothing new, it's often like this.
Any ideas?
Not really. Except Palmgren was a bastard. Lots of people had good reason to hate him. The powers that be are convinced it's political. I just don't know. Anyway, enough of work. Would you like a drink?
Please, it's been quite a day.
Heard you had your hands full.
Yeah, we've hardly eaten and it's so hot. I'm dying for a drink.
Oh, here you are.
Oh, thanks.
Well.
It's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it?
There's no hurry.
Your eyes are grey. Actually.
Yours are brown.
Have you thought about this before?
Yes. Have you?
Sometimes. During the last year.
Then why not now?
Yes. Why not now?
It's been a long time.
Terribly long. Not since... What about you?
Same here. Same here.
When Orsa leaves Martin Beck's room, the sky's been light for a couple of hours.
It mightn't have got the investigation much further, but Wednesday hadn't been disappointing after all.
At 9 o'clock on Thursday morning, the situation in the operations room is at a standstill.
Martin Beck and Mornson are sitting across from each other at the large desk.
Beck is smoking, and Mornson is skimming through a very long strip of teletype.
What's that?
Well, nothing of importance. It's just a list we get from Copenhagen every few days.
What kind of list?
Well, missing persons, cars that have disappeared, and stuff they found.
Is it any use?
Well, sometimes things turn up. Most of the time they don't.
Any chance there's something about guns?
Usually at the end. Yeah, here we are. Several of them. A Swedish army pistol, 9mm Husqvarna, well, it has to be old. A Beretta Jaguar, a box for Anarminius 22, 5 boxes of 7.65 ammunition.
Hang on a minute. What was that about a box?
A box originally for Anarminius 22.
Found where?
Floated ashore on the beach at Dragør in Denmark. Found by a private individual and left with the police in Dragør last Tuesday.
22. Could be something for us.
The box on the bicycle?
Yes. See if you can get it over from Copenhagen.
The box arrives on the hydrofoil at 10 to 12 that day.
Opens pretty easily. Can't have been in the water very long.
5 days. Looks like it's made to hold a revolver and an extra butt.
And does it say anything on the bottom?
Couple of words. I think the first begins with a capital B and the second with capital S. Could be a name.
We'll send it over to the technical boys. See what they can make of it.
Arminius 22's a target weapon. I'm pretty sure people use it for practice. I wonder if it's worth a visit to your local gun club.
Arminius 22, it's an unusual make.
Can you tell us anything about them?
Never used them myself, but we've got 2 or 3 guys in the club who do have them. They could tell you more than I can.
Any of them here at the moment?
I don't think so, no.
Don't suppose you've got any Arminius 22 owners with the initials BS?
I can't keep track of everyone, but if you wait a minute, I'll look them up in the office, see if I can find some phone numbers.
Bit of a long shot, isn't it?
You never know.
Shouldn't we be leaning on Brubear and Linda? They're the ones who can lead us to the big boys.
Linda's en route for Johannesburg and can't be contacted, and Brubear's lawyer won't let him talk.
But these are the only 3 names I can find. Tommy Lind, Kenneth Axelsson, Bertil Svensson. Sorry, I don't have any contact numbers.
That's okay. Did you say Bertil Svensson?
That's right.
BS on the box?
Right. Did you see Bertil Svensson last week at all?
As a matter of fact, yeah, he was here last Wednesday afternoon. He stayed till the evening.
You know anything about him?
Bloody good shot. Practices a lot.
You know what he does? Where he lives?
He works at Cockoom's factory, I think. Some kind of lousy job. I think he's divorced. Don't have an address for him, I'm afraid.
I've just been in touch with Cockoom's. Bertil Svensson's a caretaker there.
Did you get his address?
Yes, but apparently he's on holiday. He lives on his own down here, and his ex-wife lives in Stockholm. No one's seen him for a bit.
So, what do we do now?
I think we better bring him in.
Well, how should we play it?
I don't think we can take any chances. We know he's a first-class marksman, and for all we know, he's got a whole arsenal in his apartment.
And we don't want to rerun of Brubear's arrest in Stockholm, do we?
Absolutely not.
Well, I suggest we watch his apartment till we're sure he's there, and I'll have a full backup team ready outside.
And I guess we'd better fetch him out ourselves.
What a bloody dump.
It's absolutely packed out. Mostly with Yugoslav immigrants.
Stinks of piss. God, this heat.
Okay. There's a couple of men round the back, aren't there?
Yes. And I put 3 more in the basement, and there's one in the stairwell.
Which floor is Spencer on?
The 2nd.
We've got to be very careful. We don't know what state of mind he's in, or if he's got any more guns.
Or if he's roaring drunk. I would be if I were him.
I want your men to cover Colbert and me when we go up to his flat. Our best bet is to surprise him, okay?
Okay.
Right. Let's go.
That's the one?
Yeah. Stand against the wall. He could shoot through the door. You ready?
Open up! This is the police! If you don't come out now, we'll break the door down! Open up! Open up! Right, stand back. Get ready to shoot. Now put your hands in the air. Walk out slowly.
Thank God you're here. I couldn't have held out much longer. If you hadn't have come, I'd have turned myself in.
So who paid you to kill Viktor Palmgren?
Nobody.
I don't believe you. Somebody must have paid you.
Nobody paid me. I didn't do it for money.
I see. Okay. Last week at the Savoy, when exactly did you see Viktor Palmgren?
I stopped at a red light and saw him through the window.
How did you know he was at the Savoy?
I didn't. I was just passing. I'd been to the rifle club and I was going home on my bike.
What about the revolver?
It was in the box on the carrier rack.
Did you know Viktor Palmgren?
No.
Then how did you know it was him?
I've seen pictures of him and his wife in the newspapers. And I could see them all sitting, eating and drinking. Bloodsuckers. They don't give a damn about anyone else.
Go on.
I couldn't bear it, so I just put my bike in the bike rack, took the revolver out of the box, loaded it, stuck it in my jacket, walked into the dining room and shot him in the head. And I don't regret it. I'm not sorry.
Weren't you afraid of getting caught?
No. I just wanted to kill the pig.
Why?
I hate him. And everything he stands for.
What do you mean, everything he stands for?
Is it his politics?
Not really.
Well then?
He's ruined my life. And my family's. Have you seen how we live?
Tell me.
My wife and kids live in one room. On the charity of an old woman in Stockholm. It's going to kick them out next month. And God knows where they're going to go. I live in that shithole outside Malmö. Scarcely earn enough for the alimony and my rent.
What's this to do with Palmgren?
I worked for him for years. And then he closed the factory and kicked us out of his company housing. Job, apartment, marriage, all went at once.
Marriage?
Couldn't survive the conditions and the lack of money. We rowed all the time and I had to move out. He's ruined absolutely everything. It's all been his fault.
It's okay, Mr. Svensson. Just take your time.
I'm glad he's dead. I don't care about going to prison. I've got nothing to live for anyway. Nobody had to pay me to kill him. I hate the bastard.
What did you do after you'd shot him?
I got out of the window, got on the hydrofoil, threw the box and the revolver overboard and went to see Ava and the kids in Stockholm.
I've been wondering, had you thought about killing Palmgren before?
I suppose I must have done, but when I did it, I felt I'd had the idea for the first time. Deep down, I must have wanted him dead all along.
Now, how did you feel when he didn't die immediately?
Well, I was annoyed I'd made a bad job of it. Maybe I should have fired more times, but I didn't want to hurt anyone else.
What about now? How do you feel now?
I've told you. It's a good thing he's dead. I hate him. And all the bastards like him. Don't worry. I'm not going to break down again. I'm just glad you've let me explain.
I think maybe we should have a rest now.
No, I'm all right. I'm not sorry. You know, the world's better off without shits like Palmgren and his pals.
I think we've probably got enough now, Mr. Svensson. We can talk later if you really want to.
Constable, to take Mr. Svensson downstairs and see that it gets something to eat.
Goodbye, Mr. Svensson.
Goodbye, Mr. Svensson.
Goodbye, gentlemen. And thank you.
Damn. That bastard Palgrren. He got what he deserved.
And I hope for once that Svensson gets a really light sentence.
Late on Saturday night, July the 12th of this exceptionally hot Swedish summer, Martin Beck sits alone in the dining room of the Savoy Hotel. His colleagues Åsa Torell and Lennart Colbert have already gone back to Stockholm.
The food, drink and service are all excellent.
Viktor Palmgren is dead, gone forever and missed by no one except a handful of international swindlers and some suspect regimes in faraway countries.
Who will soon learn to do business with Mats Linder instead of his boss.
And Mrs. Palmgren will get even richer.
Bruberg will avoid arrest and Helena Hansson will be able to resume her activities in the very near future.
There only remains a caretaker, Bertil Svensson, who will be tried for second-degree or maybe first-degree murder and then have to rot away the best years of his life in a prison cell.
Chief Inspector Martin Beck doesn't feel good at all. He pays his bill, picks up his suitcase and walks toward the railway station.
He wonders if he's going to be able to sleep on the journey, and then he remembers that Åsa Torell has promised to meet him off the train.
In Murder at the Savoy by Mai Huerval and Per Valeur, Martin Beck was played by Stephen McIntosh and Lennart Colbert by Neil Pearson. Per Månsson was played by Tom Mannion, Gunvald Larsson by Ralph Ineson, and Carolyn Pickles was his sister. Claire Corbett played Åsa Torell, Nicholas Murchie played Malm, Paul Mundell played Mats Linder, and Philippa Stanton played Charlotte Palmgren. Robert Blythe was Viktor Palmgren, Joanna Brooks was Sarah Mobert, Will Howard was Eidvarsson, Sally Orrock was Gund Colbert, and Hannah Wood was Helena Hansson. Bruberg was played by Michael Shelford, Zachrisson by Joe Sims, and Bertil Svensson by Rick Warden. The narrators were Leslie Sharp and Nicholas Gleaves. Murder at the Savoy was dramatised for radio by Jennifer Howarth. Original music was by Elizabeth Pannell, and the director was Sarah Davis.
This video was uploaded to the channel Thinking Out Louder. Please like, comment and subscribe to the Thinking Out Louder channel.